A Jordan PSA 10 rookie, a Jordan PSA 10 sticker rookie, a LeBron 2003 exquisite rookie patch auto serial to 99, a Michael Jordan 98 game jersey auto hand serial number to 23, a Jordan season ticket autograph, a Steph Curry National Treasures True RPA BGS 9.5, an Anthony Edwards True RPA PSA 1010, a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander serial number to 10 gold, the highest selling Vince Carter card in history, the highest selling Tracy McGrady card in history. People, last night's Fanatics Premier monthly auction for the month of May was otherworldly. It was preposterous. You are going to see some of the craziest cards you've ever seen. And my only thing that I'll say is I apologize. I can't talk more about each of these cards because there was 80 of them. And I'm going to take you through all 80 cards and what they sold for. I've got about 20 of them pulled up in Card Ladder. This is going to be a great video. Buckle up. I'm guessing it's going to push 60 minutes to an hour. But if you care about the best of the best, that's what happened last night in the Fanatics Premier May auction that ended on May 22nd. Enjoy the video. If you've got a bunch of unwanted inventory that you've been sitting on for days, weeks, months, years, ship it to Fanatics Marketplace and let them do all the work. Just make sure when you ship it, you use the promotional code Cajun, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. Hey guys, Bryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. This is going to be a long one, so I am not going to dilly-dally. The only thing I will implore you to do is if you're ever considering selling a monster grail card like the 84 cards that we're going to look at on this video in the Premier Fanatics monthly auction, please consider using the promo code Cajun, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. It is my primary method of compensation. I am an affiliate partner with Fanatics. I buy and sell on Fanatics quite often, and I think very highly of it. Otherwise, I would not be screaming it from the mountaintops and doing these videos for you guys. They pay me for the content that I create. One way that you guys who don't pay a subscription, and I'm not behind a paywall, and I don't have a Patreon, and I don't ever plan to, one way you guys can support this channel is if you're going to sell cards on Fanatics, use the promo code Cajun. If you're going to buy cards on Fanatics, especially some of these grails that you see on your screen today, do me a favor, go into my YouTube description. I've got an affiliate link. You can actually cut and paste or copy and paste my link into your web browser, and then a tiny fraction of the price that you pay for the cards that you purchase on Fanatics Weekly Premier Buy It Now will come out of Michael Rubin's pocket and come down here to Cajun Land and help me continue to create the most consistent content in the basketball card hobby. So let's get cranking. At the bottom, a couple of cards. Every month we have this. A couple of cards that really didn't belong in the Fanatics Premier auction, right? We think 15,000 is sort of the threshold. We got a dual autograph Paige Beckers or Bukers or however you pronounce her name, and Caitlin Clark autograph card. We got a Cooper Flag college card from Duke. And then we've got a LeBron James. And this one shocks me because 6,600, this is a 2004 second year exquisite collection, triple gold patch LeBron James PSA 8. Serial number to 3. This to me seemed like it should be worth more than $6,600. I thought anything with exquisite was gold, pun intended. But this one's serial number to 3. Only sold for $6,600. Doesn't seem like enough money for that card right there. 2009 Timeless Treasures Treasures Timeline Steph Curry serial number to 30 BGS 9.5 autograph does $6,900. Another Caitlin Clark. This is her Blue Viper 1 of 1 autograph from Panini Instant, whatever that means. $7,050 for that one. The first card we're going to look up is, of course, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. This is his 97 Pop 2 Bowman's Best Atomic Refractor, and it's in a BGS 10 grade. There's your card right there. Some people love the card. Some people don't like it that the golden basketball takes up damn near 40% of the surface of the card. This is the second highest sold price for this card in history, $7,200. The highest was set by a good friend of mine and a friend of the channel and a guest on the channel, the great Jojo Contino, who sold the card in a BGS 10 slab on January 25th for $10,500. Whether it was the same card or not, I'm not sure. We could look. 408. 408. So there's JoJo Contino getting over on the man, right? He sold it in January for $10,500. Tonight it sells for $7,200. Still a really high sale. It's sold 32 times, despite the fact that it's a Pop 2, or maybe some of these are going to say, yeah, some of these are going to be the different ones. It's going to be different numbered atomic refractors, but this is the second highest price ever paid for this particular atomic refractor, Michael Jordan in a BGS 10 grade. Just like the LeBron Gold from 2004 Exquisite, there's a couple of Jordans as well, and both of them are BGS 9s, and these sold for $7,500. Again, if I was going to get into Exquisite, I would have suspected these cards would be much more valuable than $7,500. But again, you guys can tell me in the comments, because I know very little about the Exquisite product. I've only done one video on it, and I'm always mesmerized by them. But these seem like low sales for those two cards. I saw something on Instagram about somebody pulled this Raindrops Signatures Platinum Parallel LeBron James thing. It's a serial number to one LeBron James autograph card, apparently. Is it an auto card? Yeah, it's an auto card. $7,500 for that one. We got a BGS 10 Kobe 99 Finest Gold Refractor. This is a serial number to 100 card, but it is card number 24 out of 100, which means you're going to need a napkin. It's also a gold card with a gold NBA label and a gold BGS 10 label. So I don't know how much gold we can put in one place, but this card checks a lot of boxes, especially if you're a Kobe Bryant collector. $7,800 for this Pop 1 card. And then a Victor Wembanyama Dragon Scale Prism, whatever the hell that means. Game of Thrones type shit going on here. Serial number to 8. This is a Pop 1 in a PSA 10, and it sells for $8,700. A retro PMG Michael Jordan from 2011, serial number to 150. Pop 7 sells for $88.50. We've got an autographed 2018 Optic Fast Break Black Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on fire, about to put the Wolves to bed. $9,150 for that Shai. And then a quad autograph, Jordan, LeBron, Jordan Carolina, LeBron St. Vincent St. Mary's, Magic from Michigan State, and of course Doc from University of Massachusetts. Serial number 5, quad auto, on-card auto, BGS 9, 10 for the autograph, does $91.50. I know they're not in pro uniforms, but damn, that seems really cheap for something so historic and so classic as that card. I mean, that's a really cool piece right there. Again, this is coming from a non-autograph collector. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, impeccable gold serial number 2 jersey number out of 10, $9,450 for that one. And then a Michael Jordan Ultimate Collection, Ultimate Signatures. This is a PSA 10 copy of this Wizards autograph card that we'll pull up on the screen here. Good looking autograph there too. No grade for the autograph, but looks good to me. That is a card that got 29 bids last night. Shout out to Never Nervous Purvis Ellison, who wore the jersey number 29. For those of you not familiar with the some of the greatest players in University of Louisville Cardinal history, Never Nervous Purvis didn't quite pan out in the NBA, unfortunately. 2003 LeBron James Jambalaya. This is a rookie Jambalaya. PSA 8 does $9,600. And then let's look up the Wilt Chamberlain SGC 7. It does have an eye appeal sticker. It's a top 30% sticker. Good looking Wilt rookie right there. You guys tell me, you vintage collectors tell me, it does have a fisheye in his little, in his head, in his hairline right there. That's the one thing that I will notice. But overall, $9,900 for this sale. There's the card. Of course, SGC, changed labels and changed grading systems and everything, to be quite honest with you, to the best of my knowledge. But here's the history of this card. There's only 25 of these cards out there. Shout out to Chet Walker for the Pop 25 number. Chet wore jersey number 25. But this is a card that's up 1,000% all time. A card that was down as low last sale of $8,700 has jumped up to $9,900. So a good sale here. I got to believe that Fanatics eye appeal sticker gave it a little bit of impetus to make that jump. A card that's hit an all-time high of $14,500. Guess when? Guess when? Yeah, 2021, of course, nevertheless. All right, continuing. We're moving on. How about this commodity card? Yeah, I called it a commodity card. Why'd I call it a commodity card? Why are you calling the LeBron Refractor Rookie a commodity card? Well, there's Pop 444. I can't shout anybody out. There's so many of them, right? So 444 BGS 9.5 refractors. I just wanted to keep you guys in tune with what's going on. It does seem to me, even though this was a terrible sale of $10,500 last night, $10,050 last night, it is actually steadying. And so it's only down 6% over the last 2 years. If you had looked at the sale right here on April 26th, it would have been up over the last 2 years. So that's something to remember and to keep in perspective when you've got a card that sells 64 times over the course of 2 years. You know, one sale up or down can certainly change the overall perspective of it. But if you kind of take a step back and, you know, literally step 5 feet back and look at this chart, you're going to be like, it's about even. It's about what and what. No big deal. LeBron's starting to plateau. So that's a good thing for LeBron collectors. And maybe we can start to steadily rise up and to the right. I say we, y'all, can start to rise up and steady to the right. 2004 Exquisite, patch auto, serial number to 100, does 11,850. The essential credentials now, we know these were serial numbered to 102. Does 13,200 in a BGS 8.5 slab. A Paige Becker's autograph super fractor thing does $13,800. That is just insane to me. That is crazy to me that card does that. You could have bought 2 of those 2004 Exquisite LeBron James gold serial number to 3 triple patch cards for the price of that Paige Becker's super fractor PSA 9. I guess she fits the mold of the next Caitlin Clark. I don't know what's going on with that. Y'all can fill me in later. BGS 8.5 Rodman Star Rubies. Pop 6 does $14,100 for that right there. And then speaking of commodity cards, again, I'm sorry, the print run is just so damn high. I'm going to call it a commodity card. Obviously, it's a very valuable card in a PSA 9 slab. This is the Bird Magic Topps rookie from 1980. Of course, a lot of people may not know this, but there are other Bird and Magic cards in 1980 where they appear, not with each other, but with other folks, and those cards are worth significantly less than this one, which is sort of recognized as a universal true rookie card for Bird and Magic with the scoring leaders, Dr. J, in the middle, right? But this PSA 9 did 14.4 last night. There's a copy of what the card looks like. Pop 636. And again, when I tell you it's a commodity card, this bad boy's been graded almost 25,000 times. So 636 for the PSA 9. Check it out. You're not going to believe this, but even though last night's sale wasn't really a great sale, it's actually a little bit down from the last sale, which was well over 15,000. This one is still up 26% over the last 2 years, and that's with 73 samples right there. So good news for the holders of that 1980 Topps card. Not good if you want to look at the chart and take it all the way back to 2021. This is where all hell breaks loose, obviously, because somebody paid $72,000 for that card. So those people are probably not going to get their money back. But 14.4, pretty steady up and to the right for the last 2 years. Mojo Doncic rookie card from 2018 Prism, serial number to 25, does 15,000. A BGS 8 is a terrible grade for that card because it is a card that is not really that hard to grade. The Prism stuff from 2018 graded pretty well. Trust me, I know, because I graded 1,000 cards from that year. We got a Prism Draft Picks Caitlin Clark 1 of 1 PSA 10. That's a good looking card right there. Black on black in that Iowa uniform. Womp womp. Sticker auto. PSA 10 does 16,200. I'm not ringing the bell on all these, but I'm assuming like that one right there is going to be a bell ringer, right? Of course. Black BGS, Black Refractor BGS 9 LeBron Refractor rookie, serial number to 500. That card does $17,100. How about a Nikola Jokic, who was recently bounced from the playoffs, ended up second in the MVP voting, jumped up in that NBA career MVP win shares category, which a couple of folks think is a good indicator of where you need to be ranked historically. This 2015 is serial number to 5 because it's the Emerald parallel to BGS 9. It did 17,400. How about a authentic Shaq PMG red? It looks really good, almost like trimmed good. That's how good this one looks. Oh no, we got some white down here. So bottom left corners torn to bits. That card got 30 bids last night. Shout out to the great Steph Curry and Bernard King as wearers of a jersey number 30. But this is a 17,700 sale. My understanding is that like a Shaq PSA 6 does like 30 grand. So not a bad discount there if you're buying the card, not the grade. Michael Jordan 2006 Upper Deck Exquisite Collection Enshrinement Jersey Number Auto 23 out of 25 does $18,600. Moving along, the next card we're going to look up is an old label 96 Slam Cam. 2 years of Slam Cam. This is the 96. This PSA 10 is a hierarchy card. By the way, posters are still available. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get on my channel, go to the playlist, Cajun Cardboard's Michael Jordan Hierarchy Hierarchy and Enjoy. You got 40 videos to catch up on. The Hierarchy posters and the largest pack odds list in history for Michael Jordan cards are still available. I've sold 521 posters, so there must be something to them, right? Somebody likes them somewhere, and I've got 479 left to sell because I bought 1,000. So buy me out. Somebody buy me out of those 479, and you can flip them on the secondary market. Michael Jordan, Pop 17. Shout out to the great John Havlicek, who wore a jersey number 17. But this Michael Jordan Slam Cam made a comeback, okay? So this was a card that had hit an all-time high about 7-8 months ago of $25,800, and then it took a huge correction down to $15,600. Well, last night it bounced back to $18,600. So a $3,000 increase over the last sale, which is a sign that it's trending back in the right direction. Last night's sale of $18,600 was the third highest sale in history for that Slam Cam. Dual patch autograph. Michael Jordan does $21,000 from 2004 SPX. And then this is a card, I believe I talked about it. I feel like I've seen this card sell maybe on another site or something else, or maybe I just previewed it. That's probably what it was. I previewed it. But this hardwood signatures, I just think it's really cool looking because it's on this wood grain looking deal, and it's sort of a reserved look. You know, some cards are super shiny and they pop, you know, they kick you in the nuts. This one's just sort of classic and elegant, and I really like the appearance of it. Again, I have no dog in this hunt. I don't collect autographs, and I didn't bid on this card, but $21,000 for that BGS 910. And then we've got to look this up, right? We've got a Dunkin' Go Nuts, and whenever you search, just trust me on this. Just type in Dunk space Nuts. If you type in Dunk Nuts, you'll always pull it up. Sometimes if you try to type in Dunkin' Go Nuts and push the words together or separate the words, or you don't put the little apostrophe in there, it'll screw it up. So just put in Dunk space Nuts and BGS 10, and here's what I came up with. Obviously, a very easy card to grade. Pop 29 in BGS 10. Check out this all-time chart. Last night was an all-time record sale for this card. It sold for $21,600, the first time it's ever eclipsed the $20,000 mark. There is a black label out there that has that last sold in 2018 for $4,000. So let that sink in. How much has changed over the last 7 years? Not only do we have robot butlers and technology's changing, and we got tariffs, and we get to wear masks in the last 7 years. We got the privilege of wearing masks everywhere, even though they didn't help for the last 7 years. A BGS 10 black label, Pop 2, sold for $4,000. $4,337 7 years ago. Today, just a regular Pop 29 BGS 10 sold over $20,000. So let me ask you this question. If that black label that we just looked at comes to market today and it's a Pop 2 and it looks as filthy and succulent as this one does on your screen, what's that bad boy selling for? I'm going to say $40,000 plus. I'll call my shot. I'm not the bidder. I ain't bidding on that thing. I'm not chasing that dog, but I bet you anything that thing pushes $40K. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Ruby Parallel from Flawless does $21,600 in a BGS 9. How about some Tracy McGrady action, right? We're about to see some huge Tracy McGrady cards that I featured when I did my Fanatics May premiere auction preview video. This is one of those. It's a Flair Showcase Legacy Collection Row 3 from 1998, serial numbered 1 of 1. This is the 1 of 1, the only 1 of 1 masterpiece. I previewed it. Go back and check it out if you need to. I'm not going to pull it up, but on the back of it, it says the only 1 of 1 masterpiece, which is just an unbelievable touch that they decided to put on these cards. This sold for $21,900. Let's move on to page 1. And we're talking about the top 48 cards now. So 48 to go, another 1 of 1, another legend. Tim Duncan, a 1999 Ultra Masterpieces die cut 1 of 1, does $22,200. Steph Curry, in-person PSA DNA autograph with a 10 for the autograph, serial number 999 on his rookie Topps Chrome, does $24,600. And Jason Tatum, again, we talk about this, rough finish to the season for the Boston Celtics. They didn't just hit a wall. They were like those crash test dummies that they put in cars and slam them into the wall. Shut down, destroyed, torn Achilles, up in the air. Jaylen Brown on the trading block. Porzingis has suddenly got some mysterious disease. Drew Holiday has disappeared. We don't know what's going on with that team. $25,200, a lot of things going on. None of them are good for Jason Tatum. Here it is, but believe it or not, this card was a great sale last night. In fact, this card over the last 2 years, it got to a low of $13,980, and since then it's been gangbusters. I don't know what's up here. 19 Went up to 19,000, jumped all the way up to 22.8, came back down to 21,480 on May 7th. That's pre-Achilles tear, and then had jumped last night all the way up to 25,200. So I don't know what the hell is up. That's the third highest sale of this card in the last 2 years. For some reason, let's see, maybe it's because it's a Min Gem. So I don't know what the reason is behind that. But good sale last night for that card, even though, again, it's got a long way to go to get back to the high, of course. All right, next on our list, Lebron, Giannis Antetokounmpo 2013 National Treasures Horizontal. Those were serial number 10, and it sold for $26,100. A Jordan patch auto from SP Game Use, serial number to 23, does $26,100. And then we're going to look up the Illuminator, the biggest of the big brothers. This is the second series, T9B Michael Jordan Triumvirate Illuminator, and it's in a BGS 10 slab, which makes it a pop 2. Yes, 2. This card last night, I would have thought would have sold for an all-time record, because $27,000 seems like a lot of money, but it's actually the third highest price ever paid for this card, and it's trending downward. I know that sounds crazy for a Michael Jordan card in a BGS 10 slab in a card with, pack odds. Is apparently the print runs like in the 70s. It's a very rare card, the Illuminator, but this card has sold for as high as $37,500. So somebody who picked this one up last night for $27,000 has to be thinking, pretty good about that pickup. I know that's crazy. $27,000 is a lot of money. Neon Green, Luka Doncic, 2018 Prism, serial number 2, only 5, sells for $27,900. The Manu Ginobili Logo Man 1 of 1 sells for $28,500. I didn't look it up, but you know what? That might be possibly the highest selling Manu Ginobili card of all time. We got a Kobe Bryant, a rookie. I don't even know what to say about this. I talked about it in the preview. You can check it out yourself. This was that dumb thing that Beckett, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, but Beckett used to do this jersey fusion service or whatever, and they put a piece of the jersey in the top right. It doesn't change the fact that Kobe's arms are green and his legs are green, and it's just a really green copy of this card. It's still got 54 bids. Shout out to Tractor Trailer. Maybe he was number 52. I'm not sure. I probably misspoke. Shout out to, how about this? Shout out to Horace Grant, former Bulls legend, defector trader who went to Orlando and knocked Jordan out the year he came back from baseball. But this is just a green Kobe Bryant card. 54 people wanted this green card with the jersey thing in there, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm the crazy one. 2004 Exquisite Collection Jordan patch auto, serial number to 100, does $29,700. Another Caitlin Clark. This is her true gold from Prism WNBA. So this is the real deal now. We're not talking about Panini Instant or Blue Viper or Monkey Skin or any of that crap, Dragon Scales. This is the real gold, flat gold, serial number to 10. No gold shimmer, no gold Monopoly, no gold polka dots or gold blossom choice. This is the gold. $29,700 for that Caitlin Clark right there. Dual auto, Doc and MJ. This is enough to make the great Frankie, massive super Jordan collector savant from Puerto Rico, very jealous, because these are the two guys he PCs the most, Michael Jordan and Doc, and they're on the same card, and it's on card, and it's a gold Sharpie, and it's a 10 for the autograph. Wow, what a card that is. $30,900 from that 2008 Upper Deck Radiance product. More Tim Duncan 1 of 1s. We saw an Ultra Masterpiece earlier. How about another only 1 of 1 masterpiece from 1998 Flair Showcase? This one does $31,200. Kobe Bryant Select Black Prism 1 of 1 autograph does $32,100, and then an Anthony Edwards Flawless Gold Parallel, serial number to only 10, PSA 9, does $32,100 right there. Dual autograph, a Jordan and Kobe. This is Wizards Jordan, serial number to 8. This card in a PSA 6 with no grade for the autograph does $32,400. Never seen this card. 2006 Ultimate Collection, Ultimate Achievements Signatures. A really elegant looking card. I like it. It's got a 10 steals in a 1987 game versus New Jersey. And that's Jordan's career high, was 10 steals in a game. That's enough. That's a lot of steals. Pop 50 for that card there. So we're going to go a shout out to Ralph Sampson on that one. $33,000 sale. I said pop 50. I'm sorry, 50 bids on that card. Shout out to Ralph Sampson. So $33,000 sale for that Michael Jordan card. And let's keep going with the 1998 Flair Showcase 1 of 1s. We got another one, a row 3 Kevin Garnett 1 of 1, does $33,600. What about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Ever heard of him? Well, he's kind of doing things. Got the MVP award a couple days ago. Went off last night, starting to bury the Timberwolves. Just overwhelming talent on the entire roster of that Oklahoma City team. But the series doesn't start until you win a game on the other team's home floor. We know this, right? So SGA and the boys are going to have to go into Minnesota, into that raucous Caucasian environment in Minnesota, and they're going to have to win a game 3 or a game 4. And if they do, I suspect this thing will be over in 5. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. 2018 National Treasures, true RPA, PSA 9 did 34,200 last night. Did not pick it up. Sorry. Chet Holmgren Gold PSA 10 has sold twice in history. This is almost the exact same as the first sale. Just trust me on that. 34,800 for that Pop 3 card. And then this is a cool card, right? 1 for 2 ain't bad. Cade Cunningham's a stud. Sorry, I'm being rude. I think Mobley gets a little too much credit for being a relevant offensive player. I think he's terrible offensively. I think he doesn't help the team. He doesn't stretch the floor. I think he's a great defensive player. Obviously, won Defensive Player of the Year. I'm just kidding, right? But Cade Cunningham's the one, right? Of the 2 players on this one, I promise you, you want to be holding the Cade Cunningham cards, not the Evan Mobley cards. But this is the 1/1 logo auto on card. Wow, this is big time right here. $36,000, 38 bids last night. That's a lot of money to pay for a dual autograph, but 2 really good players. We know one thing, they're not going to be misses. Like, no matter what you think about Mobley, he's not the next Theo Ratliff. He's definitely not the next Tim Duncan or Kevin Garnett. For all of those folks, Bill Simmons, who averred such lunacy, but he's going to be a good player either way. Already got a Defensive Player of the Year in his back pocket for the pretenders, the Cleveland Cavaliers. But cool looking card. Do y'all like the fact that it's a different logo man? Like, this is that 75th anniversary style logo man for Cade, but it's not for Mobley. Does that bother you? Was that an OCD thing? Or maybe does that add to the card? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Anthony Edwards, 2020 National Treasures, gold parallel, patch auto serial number 224. This card sells for $37,200. And then we'll look it up. LeBron's rocking the cradle, so we're going to look this up. Cartoon LeBron, kaboom, way off center, PSA 7, does $38,000 for a, what is that, a 21st year LeBron James card. So there's the card right there. Second highest price ever paid for a PSA 7. The highest price ever paid was on Golden a little over, 6-7 months ago when it sold for $40,260. This one sells last night, different card, different cert number, for $38,400. So about the same, not really that much difference there. How about a complete set, right? And when I say complete set, and you're talking about 1986 Fleer, it's not 132 cards. You got to have the complete set. You got to have the stickers, right? You just do. You got to have the stickers. Ask any 86 Fleer set collector, and they'll tell you 132 is just, you can call it the base set, but you're not going to call it a complete set. Complete set, you need the 11 stickers. So 143 PSA 9s here, sold for $40,800. I've got a horrific story of turning down $250,000 for a PSA 9 set that I had back in crazy land 2021 for another day. 2007 Ultimate Collection, dual patch auto or quad patch autograph on card, LeBron, Jordan, serial number 25, BGS 9 does $43,200. The Upper Deck Ionics, people talk very highly of this card. I can't remember why. It has something to do with being pack pulled, this or that, but apparently it's a very important card. $45,600 is a huge number. Again, it's only serial number to 23, and it's number 1 out of 23. BGS 9 with a 10 for centering. Autograph looks great. $45,600 for that one. What about, we've talked about all these masterpiece 1/1s. Well, we've got a big boy 1/1 here. This is a Tracy McGrady 1998 Ultra Masterpieces 1/1. And of course, Tracy McGrady's rookie was 97, correct? So he was a 97 was his rookie. So this is the second year Tracy McGrady. 49 bids in on this card, which is it the greatest Tracy McGrady card in history? I don't know. You guys tell me. One thing I did for you, I saved you the trouble. I just plugged in Tracy McGrady to see where did this card sell in comparison to all the greatest Tracy McGrady cards of all time. And it is the 6th highest selling Tracy McGrady card of all time. We always get that hypothetical question. What's better, the Masterpiece 1/1 or the Green PMG? Well, this question was answered in 2022. The Green PMG sold for $60,000, which was $14,400 more than the card that sold last night. The only other higher cards were Logo Men. So this is the about the 5th or 6th best sale for a Tracy McGrady card all time. But I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to put that on hold for a second, because we're about to look at what an even bigger Tracy McGrady card. But you just told us it's the 5th highest selling card of all time. Yeah, that's how just insane this auction was. You're about to see the highest selling Tracy McGrady card in history. Guess what? I've got another treat for you. You're about to see the highest selling Vince Carter card in history as well. So two cousins, two of the just best players to watch from the late 90s and the 2000s, two of the most athletic freaks in the world, two dudes that came from Florida and took the NBA by storm and had so much swag. You're about to see the two highest selling cards for those two guys in history. Michael Jordan 2006 Exquisite serial number to 100 patch auto does 46.8. The Jordan Fleer sticker rookie does 48,000. We're going to look that up because it is a card that's been printed a lot, but it is also a card that is pretty rare in PSA 10. Only 128 of those. It's a card that's doing well. That's the card over the last 2 years, up 11%. Of course, we know it's way down like all the other Jordan cards are from 2021 that aren't inserts or parallels. The non-low print run cards, right, we should say, are down since 2021, specifically the 86 Fleer for sure. 2003 Exquisite Noble Nameplates. Kobe does 55.2 in a BGS 8.5 slab. Beautiful card right there. And then a LeBron number pieces from 2007. It's 23 out of 23, so that's going to make people go nuts. $55,200 for that number pieces. Slabbed authentic, no grade for the auto. So like we're just putting it in a PSA slab just so we got some red up there on the label. There's nothing else to it. All they're saying is this is a real card. No grade for the card, no grade for the auto, but it's enough because it gets you 55.2 on the sale last night on the Fanatics May premiere auction. Dual autograph, more Jordan and Kobe, and I believe this one too. No, this is a Bulls jersey right there. So Bulls jersey, Michael Jordan Bulls, even says Bulls right there on card. 2001 Upper Deck Legends, Jordan and Kobe. 5 for the card, 8 for the autograph. You can see the Kobe right here. Here, I'll just zoom in. You can see both autographs are starting to, I don't want to say fade because they're disappearing. The word's not fade. It's like literally gone. The ink is disintegrating or whatever the hell you autograph people call it. Like you can see right there, right here, right there. The Kobe's even worse, you know, but it is still their autographs and it is still on card and it is still hand serial numbered 4 out of 10. So you're talking about a whale of a card, 72 bids. That's a lot of bids, $58,800 for that card. And don't forget, you can always watch a video of each of these cards. They got rid of the dude in the bunny suit with the furry hands and used to fondle the cards lovingly and caress them with his hands, which, you know, really it disappointed all of us in the hobby, but they replaced it with this very generic spinning video. It probably saves them a lot of time and saves them from having to pay a salary to a guy that wears a bunny suit. All right. Let's move on. I told you, I promised you the highest selling Vince Carter card of all time. Well, here we go. This is his 2006 Ultimate Collection. Oh, you're not going to pull up for me now? Cajun internet is not going to work now all of a sudden. I want to look at a succulent Vince Carter card and this is going to happen. Oh, come on. You got to be kidding. All right, here we go. There it is, the Vince Carter card. BGS 810, 2006 Ultimate Collection Vince Carter 1 of 1. BGS 860. $1,000 American dollars. There it is, and there it is. I'm ringing it. The highest selling Vince Carter card of all time. Oh, it's double the BGS 10 Chrome Refractor rookie from 1998. Yes, double. That sold for $24,400 in 2024. No card has ever come remotely close to this card. $60,000 for the card you see on your screen. It is as delicious as it gets for Vince Carter. So congrats to the buyer of that card last night. It was an amazing pickup. And then we're going to keep on. Why don't I skip ahead and check this out? Tracy McGrady outsells his cousin. Same card, same set, same year, same everything. $87,000. I pray, I hope the same buyer picked up both of these cards. We talked about the Tracy McGrady Masterpiece 101 being the 5th or 6th highest selling card of all time. Well, you're looking at the highest selling Tracy McGrady card of all time. $87,000. I'm not ringing the bell because this card broke its record. I'm ringing the bell because nobody's ever paid more for a card of either of these two players in the history of the hobby. Kobe Exquisite limited logos from 2004, second year, does $72,000. And then a dual autograph, Kevin Garnett and He Who Shall Not Be Named on this channel because he's a punk ass, big mouth fake who thought he was a lot better than he was. 2008 Exquisite dual patch, Kevin Garnett and PP, sells for $84,000. Luka Doncic, remember this card? This was the talk of the hobby, right, around 2019, 2021. This is his 2018 National Treasures True RPA, and it is a Gem Plus. This is a very, very special card, an elite card. Sold last night for $90,000. There, I have it on your screen. It's a Pop 37, and this card tells the story of the hobby. Most of the hobby, not all of the hobby, right? We're seeing Tracy McGrady break records. We're seeing Jordan destroy records repeatedly over and over on 90s inserts and parallels. We're seeing Shai Gilgeous set records. We're seeing Jokic set records. We're seeing all sorts of cards now starting to do better and recover from 2021. Doncic also, I tell you what, like the card is obviously would have been a good investment back in 2019 for $13,000. That's like what you pay for a Paige Becker sticker, auto, flashback, instant, dragon scale. But $13,000 in 2019. Now the card's worth $90,000. You'd be okay, right? It's not Bitcoin, but you're okay. The problem is somebody's into this card for $348,000. In fact, two people are into this card for right at $350,000. So I don't know if we're getting back there. Doncic has got to do some serious things. This is the story that they tell when they say blank blank is baked in. This is what was baked in. Doncic was supposed to have 2 rings by now. He doesn't have 2 rings by now, but he does have 50 pounds more on his fat ass. And so he's going to have to get on the treadmill. He's going to have to get with LeBron and his PED guy and get in shape and get back and just get some lines in your body, man. Just touch a weight and just put down the beer and the wings and make a run. I still believe Doncic is a historically transcendent, talented, freak, genius basketball player. But he needs to care a little bit more on the defensive end, and he definitely needs to shed. He needs to shed 40 pounds, 35 pounds at least. But that's his all-time chart. Over the last 2 years, believe it or not, we're up 20%. So all that being said, all the warts and all, he is a Laker now, and so the card's up 20%. And last night's sale was the highest sale of the last 11 sales, and the highest sale for the BGS 9.5 over the last 2 years, keeping in mind it was a superlative copy here as a BGS Gem Plus. Another green Kobe BGS 10 does $102,000. That's frightening. We've got a LeBron James 2008 Exquisite Collection Limited Logos, serial number to 23. That 8.5 does $105,000. And then we've got a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander serial number to 10, the gold parallel, first off the line gold parallel. I said first off the line. It's not. It's just the gold parallel. In this card is a BGS 9.5. It sold for $105,000. I'm assuming there's a 10 auto on the back, right? Yep, 10 auto on the back. So we're good here. That's what your patch looks like. 105,000, 50 bids. Shout out to Zach Randolph. That card, 105,000. I pulled it up somewhere up here. Here it is right here. So I'd say that's an improvement over the last few sales. The card sold 7 times. The 6 sales before this never been higher than 21,000. This card last night sold for, oh my goodness, $105,000. So pretty good return on your money, making 80 grand in 2 years, about 25 months. Pretty good return on investment right there. How about Anthony Edwards True RPA? As good as it gets. It's a Pop 2. It's a 1010. $132,000. We see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just sold for 5x the prior all-time high. Is Anthony Edwards in the same boat? Unfortunately, he is not. He is actually trending in the other direction. This is the worst sale ever of this Pop 2 card. This card is down 31% from its original sale, which was the all-time high coming out the gates of $192,000 in 2022. So this card is down about 60 grand. So Shai Gilgeous up 80 grand. This one down 60 grand. Kobe Bryant patch auto where he is getting a shot off over Reggie Miller, who is pretending to play defense. I don't ever recall him doing this, but apparently he's trying to contest Kobe's shot. Speaking of guys that thought they were better than they were, Reggie, I'm talking about, not Kobe. $186,000 for this Kobe Bryant patch autograph card. That seems like a really big number. I did not look that card up, but right now I feel like I want to. 2000 Upper Deck Game Jersey 8. Let's just look that up. 2000 Upper Deck Game Jersey 8 Kobe. Are we going to be able to get anything here? Okay, so certainly not a record. That is the 3rd highest price ever paid, but it's 100 grand less than a BGS 9 copy that sold in 2021. So again, Kobe's always competing with 2021-22 because so many things went right as far as card prices go. Of course, it's tragic, but as far as card prices, things went, as well as they could to result in an inflation of prices. So he's always fighting that 2021-22 bubble. or perceived bubble. Somebody got mad the other day because I was saying 2021 was the peak of the hobby, and they got all up in arms. Why do you keep saying that? Why do you keep saying that? Well, because Bull was $20,000. That's why I was saying that. You know, it's pretty common sense. It's pretty obvious. It doesn't mean every single card peaked, but the hobby certainly peaked. The insanity peaked. The illogical, you know, insane, poor decisions, the uneducated decisions to buy cards that people were making peaked. The demand peaked. The number of strangers that showed up and started bidding on auctions who didn't know anything about cards peaked. And so that's why I call it the peak. And the prices were the highest then. 2009 National Treasure Steph Curry patch auto. This is true RPA BGS 9.5, and it's a Gem Plus. I don't know what else to say. $204,000 for this card last night. I thought I pulled it up. There it is right there. Pop 53. There's another story. It's similar to the Luka Doncic story, right? 21, 22. Here it is. 2021. Somebody paid $780,000. It's come way, way, way down. But just like the Doncic over the last 2 years, this card is starting to make some moves. And so it looks like 150, 156. This one last night, 204. And again, remember, super, super good subgrades. Doesn't hurt. 97 upper deck. Sorry, this is supposed to be. By the way, I know anybody can read the screen. It says UD3. That's actually, it was called Upper Deck Cubed. That is what they intended it to be called, but people, it's easier to say UD3. Season ticket, Michael Jordan autograph. It's a 9 for the card. It is a 10 for the autograph. We'll pull it up on your screen. This was a card, Pop 41, shout out to Dirk, that I featured on my preview for Acquire. This is one of the cards that Acquire consigned, if I'm not mistaken, and the autograph is absolute perfection. I mean, this is a beautiful card, 1 in 1,800 pack odds. So it sold last night for $204,000. Of course, we're going to look this card up. Where is it? There it is right there. I mean, that is a really interesting, unique card. I love it. $204,000 last night is the third highest price ever paid for this card. And there is a PSA 9 copy that actually sold for $324,000 not too long ago. $228,000 as well. Is this the same card? $195. 195, same card. So I don't know. This is where I tried not to get into trouble. This card sold last night for $204,000. Okay, a PSA 7 copy has sold for $228. That's fine. That's neither here nor there. This exact same card with the exact same cert number ending in 195, right? 288-58195, 288-58195. Same card has sold for $324,000 a couple of months ago. My suspicion is the card did not get paid when it sold for $324,000. I do not know that. Maybe someone who is watching knows that for a fact. Maybe someone who knows that was the seller who can tell us that the card didn't get paid when it sold for $324,000. I would have guessed that's a pretty big number. That is a pretty big $100,000 jump over the last sale. So maybe the March premiere didn't get paid at $324, so it got relisted at $204. I don't know. Somebody in the comments, please educate us. That's what you guys are for. This is a back and forth, a quid pro quo, a give and take, a tit for tat. And that's what you guys can bring to these videos is education and information that I don't have because I'm just some dumb 50-year-old Cajun guy down in South Louisiana. 86 Fleer Jordan PSA 10. Remember the last one was, you know, bonkers banana, and people were like, it's doing it again, it's running again. I'm like, no, that was it had this sticker and this eye appeal and this NBA sticker, and then people said, well, they don't deserve the stickers and whatever. You say whatever you want. It sold for $348,000 out of nowhere when all of them have been selling for around $200. I sold mine for like $198. This card has been $190 to $210 for a very long time, and that chart will substantiate that claim, right? Up 28% again, but you got to remember your starting point was back when it dipped into the 150s. If we look at the all-time chart, this is one that, you know, who knows if or when it will ever get back. I mean, this is the face of 2021 Bubble City, and that's not even right because it's saying the high price is $645. I know for a fact that 2 of them sold on the same night for over $800,000. So I don't suspect we'll be getting back to $800,000 because it's a pop 332, and the pop continues to grow by probably 2 per year, right? I think it was probably a pop 314 when I first acquired my copy about 5-6 years ago, and now it's pop 332. So it's not like it's exploding, but more are being graded every day. Just not many 10s given out. But this is a card. That's what the chart looks like. If we look at the chart over the last 2 years, it's really not bad, up 28%. So I wouldn't use the 348 at all. I would completely ignore this in any analysis if you're considering buying or selling. That's just my best advice. A 98 Upper Deck game jersey, Jordan, serial number to 23, PSA 10, sold for $222,000. There's the card right there. Does it get any more delightful than that? That is the second highest price ever paid for that card. BGS 9.5 in 2021 actually outsold this PSA 10 by $66,000. So there's the 9.5 that sold back in 2021. And then here is the PSA 10. And in case you're wondering, there are different images of Michael Jordan on the card. So you're looking at it, you're saying, that's not the same card, Cajun. I know it's not the same card. It's not the same card. There's Jordan right there, right? Obviously in his red uniform, shooting a finger roll in the BGS 9.5, even though it's still the UD3- game jersey, all that stuff. Not the same card. Not the same card at all. So I don't know if you want to ring the bell on this. You can ring the bell. I don't know how this 98 Upper Deck game jersey autograph stuff works, but it is not exactly the same card, so maybe we can ring the bell. Here, I'll just ring it like this. There, I rang the bell real quietly because I'm not super sure if you want to compare those two as apples to apples. Card number 2, this is the top row, by the way. Okay, I probably buried the lead there. 2003 Exquisite Collection, LeBron James, BGS 8.5. This is his... it's his Grail City, dude. It is 3-color patch. It's a great looking autograph. It's a 10 for the autograph. It is an 8.5 grade with a 9.5 for centering. 38 bids. It sold last night for $312,000. I've got it pulled up right there, and that's what your chart looks like. I'm sorry. This is the tail of this particular card. Another card, which was the face of the 2021 Mania, sold for $1.54 million on prior occasions. So a 5-for-1 discount here today. And then next we've got an interesting card. It is not an autograph card, but it is a triple logo man, and it's got Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic, your multiple MVP and MVP runner-up in 2020, 24, 25, and then LeBron James obviously won multiple MVPs as well. So prospect, in his prime, MVP caliber player year after year, going to be historically certainly top 20, possibly top 10 player all time, and then LeBron top 2 player all time, probably top 4 for sure. Okay. On one card, NBA logo man from 2023, flawless. All are game worn, game used patches. Okay, card sold for $348,000. Obviously, this is the first time the card's ever sold. So I've looked it up. Nikola Jokic. This is the highest selling card that in history that has ever featured Nikola Jokic on it. Now, obviously, he got help from Wembanyama and he got help from LeBron James, but technically speaking, ding ding, ring the bell. This is the highest selling card with Nikola Jokic's face on it. I also noticed this, which is a pretty cool sample right here. For $134,000, somebody really not that long ago bought all 16 of these flawless patch autograph Nikola Jokic cards. I thought that was a pretty cool sale right there. Now, if we type in Wembanyama, where does this rank in the Wembanyama world for the highest selling Wembanyama card? Well, it's down here right there. $348,000 would make this the 4th highest selling Wembanyama card in history. Now, we're not going to look it up for LeBron James because we know it's not even remotely close. So $348,000 for that card last night. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Does it surprise you that this card won the auction, that this is the card that sold for more than any other card in the auction? I don't know. You guys tell me. That's what the comments section is for. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these videos. Again, I want to reiterate, I am so sorry if you bought card number 57 in this auction and it's the best card in your collection and I didn't talk about it. I just have to pick and choose. There's just no way. I would literally be here forever, and it's a relatively busy Friday, and like I said, it's the perfect storm Friday where once a month I've got to do 2 videos in the morning before 8 a.m. And here we are, and I'm wrapping it up, and it's been 46 minutes, and that's with me talking about like 1 out of every 3 cards and looking them up on Card Ladder. So again, I apologize. I wish I could get more in depth. I wish I knew more about cards so I could tell you guys more about each of these cards, but I can't. I rely on you guys to help with that in the comments below. So if I made any mistakes, forgive me, help me, and correct me in the comments productively and constructively. And keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Don't forget, if you want to sell cards on Fanatics and break all-time records, use the promo code Cajun. It's all capital letters, CAJUN. I hope this Fanatics May premiere auction recap get your weekend off to a great start. Enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Peace.